Okay, so let's start our another topic, that is types of reflection of light. Okay, so generally there will be two types of reflection of light. First is called regular reflection and the another one is called irregular reflection of light. This type of regular reflection of light is always seen in shiny and smooth surface, and this type of irregular reflection, it is seen at hard surface. Okay, so first let us understand that what is called regular reflection. Okay, for regular reflection we will require a shiny and a smooth surface. So here we are having a shiny and a smooth surface like this. Okay, suppose this is a shiny and a smooth surface. On this shiny and a smooth surface, if a parallel light beams are incident, okay, so these are the parallel incident rays. If this type of parallel incident ray, it strike to the smooth and shiny surface, and after striking it, it will reflect back. So when it reflects back, in such case of its reflection, if they are parallel, means if they are regular, okay, so this type of reflection is called regular reflection. So here you can say that the incident ray, how they were parallel, means regular, and the reflected ray, that is also parallel. So such type of reflection in which the incident parallel rays are incident on any smooth and shiny surface, and it reflects back parallelly, it reflects back regularly, so such type of reflection is called regular reflection. And on other hand, we will have the another type of reflection, that is irregular reflection. Okay, so here we'll have irregular reflection. Now what happens in irregular type of reflection? Okay, let us understand first. Okay, suppose here we are having any rough or any hard surface, and on this rough and hard surface, if the incident rays are parallel, means our incident ray, it is parallel. Here we are having a parallel incident ray on it, but when it strikes to the rough surface, rough or hard surface, and when it reflects in an irregular manner, here you can see that the incident ray is parallel, but the reflected ray is in irregular manner, right? So in such cases, when the incident ray are parallel and the reflected rays are irregular, means they are not parallel, okay, they are in random state, they reflect random, right? So such type of reflection is called irregular type of reflection. This regular reflection is generally seen by a plane mirror, smooth surface or rough surface, and this type of irregular reflection, it is done by different objects. That suppose if I ask you that on a table there is a book and we are able to see the book, so that book is doing irregular type of reflection, so we are able to see that book. So this way we will have two type of reflection, regular reflection and irregular reflection. Now we have to go for our next concept, and that is law of reflection. But before understanding law of reflection, we must understand some of the definitions, and it's also a very easy definition if we have focused on reflection of light. So it will be very easy to us to define, right? So what we have discussed in reflection of light, here I am again trying to draw that figure of reflection of light. Here I am considering a plane surface, okay, our incident ray, our normal drawn to the surface, and our reflected ray. Okay, so simple. This is our incident ray, this is our reflected ray, and this is our normal drawn to the surface. Now before understanding law of reflection, it is very necessary to understand that what is called angle of incidence and what is called angle of reflection. If we are able to understand that angle of incident and angle of reflection, then and then we are able to understand the law of reflection. Okay, first of all, let us try to define angle of incident. So what is angle of incident? Okay, simple. This angle, the angle between our incident ray and angle between the normal drawn to the surface, is our angle I, and that is also called our angle of incidence. So angle of incidence, angle I, what it is a angle between incident ray and normal drawn to the surface at where the normal is at a point of incident. Okay, so here it will be noted as angle I. So what is angle I? What is angle of incident? Angle of incident, it is an angle between incident ray and normal drawn to the surface. Okay, this angle is called angle R. Okay, now this angle R means that is our angle of reflection, that is considered as angle R. So from that, what will be the definition? It is a angle between this angle R, it is an angle between normal drawn to the surface and our reflected ray. Okay, so angle between normal drawn at point of incidence to the surface. Okay, it's an angle between normal drawn to the surface at the point of incident and reflected ray and reflected ray. Okay, so it's very simple that angle of incident, it is angle between incident ray and normal drawn to the surface, and angle of reflection is a angle between normal drawn to the surface and reflected ray. Okay, so as we know these two terms, then we are able to understand law of reflection. Okay, we are going to understand now laws of reflection of light, right? So what will be there in laws of reflection of light? As we have understood this figure, that incident ray and reflected ray, angle between incident ray and normal, that is angle I, and angle between normal and reflected ray, that is angle R. So the first law in law of reflection is that angle of incident is always equal to angle of reflection. So this is our first law, angle I will be always equal to angle R. Okay, so suppose this angle is 30, so this angle will be also 30. And the second law is, here you can see that incident ray, the incident ray, then normal and reflected ray, these all, the incident rays, normal and reflected ray, they always lies in a same plane. Okay, so the incident ray, normal and reflected rays always lies in a same plane, because reflection is a phenomena which happens always in same plane. Okay, so incident ray, normal drawn to the surface, and reflected ray, they always lies in a same plane.